This season of Healthy in the Garden State is generously sponsored by Hunterdon Health. Welcome to Healthy in the Garden State. I'm your host, Kate Cherichello Tente, and I am on a mission to highlight all the ways New Jersey supports healthier living. Join me in exploring trails, parks, gyms, wellness centers, restaurants, grocery stores, and more, all in search of inspiration for how we can get and stay healthy right here in our Garden State. I'm a New Jersey native and certified fitness professional passionate about helping people live their healthiest lives. Because our health comes first. The healthier we are, the better we show up in the world. The better our interaction, the better our productivity. The list goes on. Every bit counts when it comes to our health. And I hope that Healthy in the Garden State gives you fresh ideas and encouragement to keep moving forward. Let's dive into today's episode. Running clubs are a great way to run. They have the added benefit of camaraderie and accountability with like-minded people. Many also offer help with form. There's the benefit of the safety of running with a group when out, and some even coordinate or host races. We loved chatting with a few of the runners as they finished up their early morning run along the boardwalk in Belmar. We also had the privilege of being on site as the Jersey Shore Running Club sponsored the annual Navasink 4-mile run in Middletown, New Jersey. Robert, thanks so much for chatting with me today. And I just have to ask you first, simply, why running? Why do you do it?
It's a great form of exercise, and it's a great way to get out with other people and enjoy the scenery, and it's good for your health. I think it started out with like maybe 25 people back in maybe '87, and now I think we're up to about 1,000 members.
Wow.
You know, and a lot of people think we're just a running club, but we're not. We're one of the bigger aspects of what we do is we're a 501c3 charity,
Yes.
and we raise about $250,000 a year annually for local charities. Volunteering and giving back to society has always been something that I was raised to, you know, with that in mind. So it just was a natural thing for me to do. And we're such a great organization. The people are amazing. It's really, the people are amazing, and they become like a second family to a lot of us. So we have people that don't run at all. We have walkers. We have people that used to run and can't run anymore because of injuries or things like that. And then we do have some really great runners. So it's a broad spectrum, and the club's open to everybody. And that's one of the biggest questions we get. People say, you know, if we're at an event, they'll say, oh, you know, I joined, but I'm not really a good runner. And I'm like, you don't have to be. We have multiple clubs in the area. There's the Freehold Area Running Club. We have the Ocean Running Club. And we consider them like sister clubs, you know. And then there's Shore AC, which is another big running club.
Cheryl, please share us a bit about your personal running story. How did you become a runner in the first place?
So after I had my second kid, I was 230 pounds. So I decided I needed to do something. So I did some research and decided running would be the thing that I'd try. Well, I always knew I could do it, and it would take time, so I'm really proud of just the progress that I've made. I went from a 47-minute 5K at the beginning to now I'm 26, 24, I'm placing in age groups, and I'm just getting faster. So I'm proud of myself, and I'm glad that that person kept going even though it was hard. So I also incorporated the changes to my diet and the slowly shifting to plant-based to where I am now. And I've been doing it since 2011, so.
Allie, I hear you have quite the story of how you came to be a runner. Can you share a little with us?
Yeah, sure. So I started running probably about a little over 2 years ago. I embarked on a weight loss journey in December of 2021. Since then, I've lost and maintained over 200 pounds weight loss. So I started by walking every day, and that got boring. So I started running, and that led me to this group here, the JSRC. First of all, I love the group in general. I think that there's a lot of different people from all different spaces. So not to be cheesy, but we all have different paces, and I think that's what brings us all together. So some of us are faster, some of us are slower, but we all embrace each other. And then together we go out. We're so charitable, and that's motivating too. It's more important to do good in the world than to just sit back and, you know, let it unfold around you.
I thought it was kind of neat. You have a very hungry caterpillar on
Yes.
your arm. Can you share that with us?
Yes, sure. So I put the very hungry caterpillar on my arm after I lost 100 pounds. So I wanted to document my 100-pound weight loss with the hungry caterpillar because of the story behind it, really. It's that transformation into a beautiful butterfly. And I think it's cute how he eats his way through life. So I thought it was appropriate to kind of monument that journey.
Anthony, thanks for chatting with us today. Can you share with us how you came to be a part of the Jersey Shore Running Club?
Well, I saw the advertisement, so to speak, on Facebook, and I messaged the lady on the group, can I come out and run? And they said, sure, we'd love to have you. And been here 16 years later, and just 16 years running with the Jersey Shore Running Club.
Wow.
And it's a beautiful club. It's really nice. And I lost 50 pounds running with these folks, so it was a beautiful thing, you know.
Does the fact that you know other people are showing up too help get you
Oh yes, the
going?
inspiration, the motivation. They're a very nurturing group. It adds value to your life when you come out here and run with these folks. They're so nurturing, and it's a nice vibe, really.
That's such a great reminder too, because I think sometimes when people hear running clubs and maybe they're not a super
They think it's a punishment. Yeah.
Right.
No,
or they think, you know,
right.
Competitive or
Right.
like clicky or anything like that. But
Right.
this is proving to be completely opposite.
And it is. It's good to network with other runners, and your body of work speaks for you. They're running marathons, half marathons, 5Ks. You get pulled in, and the peer pressure is beautiful. It is. It's really nice. So it keeps you motivated. Keeps you going.
Well,
Yeah.
now what if I'm tired and I need to walk? Can I still be a part
Sure,
of it?
you can run, walk, of course. And there's some people here that run in the cold, the snow, and so their motivation is just really good. But I do it a lot of times just to be with the cool kids. I call them the cool kids. You know, I want to be one of the cool kids, the in crowd. You know.
Joe, so I hear you have quite the long and diverse background in running. Share a bit about how you became a runner.
I was too small for football, so I went out for cross country, and that was when I was 13 years old. I ran through college and was doing it semi-group run types and local races till I was 30. And then I took 30 years off. And I went to an event, and there was a Chinese auction, and I dropped my ticket in, and I won a free summer of 5Ks in Long Branch. So then I went to local, and I said, how do I get ready for a 5K? We used to run things like the mile. And they basically said, why don't you join a group and learn how to run again? So I did.
Good for
Jersey
you.
Shore Running Club, and everything all came together at once. So.
Good for you. All right, so what do you tell someone when they come to you and say, how do I start a running program?
To start a running program, you have to be very, very honest with yourself. And I think that a lot of people get into it saying, it's all about the watch. I can't do this if I'm not doing an 8-minute mile, I'm not doing it right. It doesn't matter if you're doing a 20-minute mile, as long as you do it consistently. And you have to start off at a walk-run pace, and usually it's 2 minutes walk, 1 minute run, and you just work your way up to. And you want to take care of your breathing, you want to take care of your legs, and at the particular point where you want to get a little bit more seriously, sometimes your diet. So.
I think a lot of times diet, I hope, right?
Yes.
Although I know that doesn't always happen. What about hydration? What do people need to know about hydration when running?
Gatorade isn't the only thing on the planet. Water is your friend, and you have to take water every race, whether you think you do or not.
Thank you to Jersey Shore Running Club for letting me join in the fun this morning, and keep up the great work. Thank you to Club President Robert Galizio and the members for sharing insights, tips, and motivation to help us in our running journey. Now let's run inland a couple blocks to a restaurant that is filled with clean, beautiful, mouth-watering dishes.
Hunterdon Health knows when it comes to your family, good health is everything. You depend on our high-quality, compassionate care for pediatric checkups, primary care, and urgent care, specialty care services, and life-saving screenings, maternity and newborn services, Hunterdon Health is here for all your family's healthcare needs, so together you can enjoy the everyday little moments that make for an extraordinary life.
Now, if this restaurant were down the street from me, I have a feeling I'd be here too much. Although, is there too much when the ingredients are so fresh, so clean, and just meals you really want to write home about? This is Cavé Bistro in Avon by the Sea, owned by Chef Doug and his wife Lynn Staley. Let's go meet Chef Doug. Chef Doug, thanks for talking to us today.
Absolutely.
This place, wow, the pictures on the website are, I'm not kidding when I say mouth-watering. I had just eaten lunch and I was looking at the pictures and I wanted to come here and eat some more. Please share with us, how did Cavé Bistro come to be?
Well, back in around 2013 is when we opened. I started kind of researching, doing a meal prep service. I had a friend that owned a restaurant in Red Bank. He said he did it. He thought I should do something like that. So that's what I kind of did. I planned a meal prep service, mostly for gyms, CrossFitters. CrossFit was big back then. The paleo diet was like the hot stuff at the time. I tried eating that way and it actually worked well for me. So that's how this sort of came to be. I just started eating that way. It's super simple. It's meat and vegetables and fruit, and that's it. And just no refined and no processed foods. I still eat that way. I'm more of a kind of a carnivore fruit kind of guy now, with the occasional need for pizza. But that's about it. I don't have an intolerance. I don't have any allergies. I just know that I just knew that this is a way for me anyway to eat. Now fast forward years later, everyone seems to be hopping on this bandwagon. I've been doing it for 12 years.
Yeah.
Seed oil free, only animal fats, olive oils, and so no canola, no processed oils, no sunflower oil, no soybean oil. Yeah. I've always done that. It's always been that way here. Yeah. Without any even thought of it, I just knew, I don't know why, I didn't know the science behind it, I just knew it was bad.
That's interesting. How did you learn about the nutritional aspect then, if that wasn't as much in your background?
I really didn't. I just knew it was like, I knew, just because of the way I was eating, I felt so much better.
You felt so good, yes.
And the whole idea of following this paleo diet at the time, I was like, okay, well, I feel a lot better. I lost a bunch of weight. I'm getting in better shape and I feel better. Yeah. Doing all the shopping myself, doing all the, I didn't have deliveries. I was going to the various stores, just driving around every day, dropping food off, picking food up, storing food at my brother's gym in a fridge that I bought with my last $1,000.
Wow, you really built this from, like, when they say ground up, you
it was
really
truly
did.
From the ground up.
Well, and look at what you've built since. It's incredible. Your following is huge. The menu is amazing. What is the feedback you get from people, especially when they realize that your focus is all about the highest quality and being gluten-free and seed oil-free? What's that feedback?
Over the years, it's the number one thing I hear all the time is it's actually confusion as to why, hey, how come when I come here do I feel good?
Yeah, how you
like
don't
everywhere
feel
else I eat out, I always feel bloated and sick and like, well, the food tastes good, but then I don't feel well, or I feel full or sick, or I never, like, I'm satisfied with my hunger, but I don't feel like garbage. Why is that?
Yes.
And they would literally ask me this, like, it's still to this day. I always feel so good when I leave here. Why? I go, because of the ingredients. It's a lot of it's the fats, just simple, clean ingredients. I'm not overcomplicating it. It's really not that difficult.
And we need more people like you. We need more restaurants like this desperately. If there's an aspiring chef watching this right now, is there any advice you'd give them as to how they can make something like this happen?
Consistency. It's like, it's not to say you can't have, some delicious garbage once in a while, but the cleaner you eat all the time, the less you're gonna actually want to do that.
So true.
And I try to reserve that stuff for when I have no choice.
Yeah.
At the airport or whatever.
Right.
or in the middle of nowhere and,
Yeah.
and you're starving and you got to eat something
Yes.
and you just do your best with it.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Great advice. Okay, one more thing before we wrap up. We can't not mention that you're in a rock band. So you're a husband, a father, a restaurateur, and a rock musician. How do you have the time for all of this?
That's playing music is very important to me for my psychology of my brain. I've been doing it my whole life.
Great.
You know, I love playing the drums and I love music, and if it brings people musical joy, then I'm all for it. And even if there's hardly anyone there, I'm still gonna enjoy it.
Well, thank you, Chef Doug. This has been so wonderful to get to chat.
Thank you.
Thank you. Chef Doug gave us some great insights into healthy eating, and that inspired me to want to seek out some new creative dishes of my own. But I wanted to enlist an expert. So that brings me today to Clinton, New Jersey's Nourish to Heal. Nicole, thanks so much for having us.
Oh, it's great to see you. I'm so glad you could join us.
Thank you, me too.
Want to head to the kitchen?
Yes, let's go.
Cool.
Co-owner Nicole Piazza is going to teach me how to make one of her signature snacks included in her menu of locally sourced clean eating meals area residents order to be delivered to their homes each week. Here, the focus is on clean crafted meals made by nutritionists and chefs for the heart of Central New Jersey. So Nicole, tell me about what we are making here today.
Well, I thought a great example would be our superfood granola bars. They're something you could make at home. We have them at Nourish to Heal, but you could also make them at home and add your own variety of ingredients. But I have some fun stuff added in that have a bunch of nutritional benefits and thought they might be tasty and fun thing to make.
Oh yes, let's get going. All right, what do we do first?
Great. Well, we use sun butter here. You could use peanut butter, almond butter, anything that you might desire. We're allergy friendly, so sun butter is nice. It's made out of sunflower seeds, and it works well for anyone that might have a nut allergy.
Oh, great, great.
Instead of using sugar, we use maple syrup. It's unrefined, it's less processed, easier for our body to use. And
It smells good too.
and then we're gonna add a little bit of vanilla,
Okay.
just for fun. Extra taste without the calories. A little bit of salt. And we have some cinnamon.
I love cinnamon.
Oh, it's a wonderful antioxidant, helps for lowering blood sugar, and why not? Everyone loves it, gives it that homey feeling. And then we're going to add, this is a hemp protein powder.
Okay.
So it works well for any number of diets that you may have. It's vegan, so if someone has a vegetarian lifestyle, it's plant-based, it's high in fiber, and it's considered a complete protein. So it's just kind of a nice fuel to add to the dish.
What influences what you put on your menu here at Nourish to Heal?
Well, we like to use real food. I mean, that's the biggest thing. It's not about necessarily that it's the lowest in calories, it's the biggest bang for your buck. You know, what's gonna give us the most health benefit in whatever ingredient that we add and closest to nature.
Great, great answer. Well, this is looking good.
Cool, well we're gonna add some of our dry ingredients now.
Okay.
So now we have the messy part, so added some gloves so we can get to it. We're gonna add some oats.
Okay.
These are great for helping to lower blood pressure, blood sugar, fiber, plus some added bulk. And then we're going to add, just for fun today, we'll add some walnuts.
Love that.
These are great for your brain and your heart health, omega-3s.
You know, it's funny, I have to admit, whenever I go to grab walnuts, I think, good for my brain, good for my brain.
They kind of look like little brains when you look, if you were to cut a walnut in half, it looks like a little brain.
It is, it's great for you.
We love dark cocoa. So these are dark chocolate chips, but they're baking chips, so they really don't have sugar in them at all.
Oh, wow.
And they're wonderful because antioxidants, they're good for your heart, and you know, it's a powerhouse.
Nice.
As well as, I love pepitas. So these are pumpkin seeds, allergy friendly, so you know, they're not a nut. They're wonderful for a lot of different people, so we often use pepitas. We toast them sometimes. These are raw. They give a nice little crunch.
Yes.
And then raisins, these are Thompson's raisins. They're organic. They're extra sweet, but they just give a little energy boost without having to add sugar.
Okay, great.
Yeah, so now we get into the messy part. We're gonna really mix this up.
I know Nourish to Heal also does a lot of giving back. Can you share a little bit more about what you do?
Well, we've been working with our local food pantry. We work with our local church. We donate food as much as we can to anyone that we hear of that's in need in our community. Every month we feed a group of seniors that we're lucky to be able to continue doing post-pandemic and continuing our efforts. And a lot of our customers are supportive of us, and they actually donate by buying a meal, a community meal for somebody, and then we donate to someone in our community.
Oh, that's excellent. That is excellent. The term clean eating gets thrown around a lot these days, but I think that some people do get confused by what it really means. Can you just expand on it a bit more for us?
Honestly, there is not a true definition of clean eating. So it does leave a lot of room for interpretation. I view clean eating as eating real food. And we talked about a little earlier, is eating food that's closer to coming from the earth or from the planet or from an animal. And we try to eliminate additives and a lot of processed ingredients or foods that last a really long time, because we're using foods that are real, so they have a shelf life oftentimes. And having less processed ingredients is really our goal. Our last step here, we've got it kind of rolled out, but we're going to actually use a rolling pin.
Okay. Well, this looks amazing, and then we just add a little coconut on top and we're done?
We're good to try. Yeah, we can give it a little taste. Sometimes I put it in the fridge for a little bit and then cut it into pieces that work well for whether we're headed out to a sports game and before practice, or maybe a breakfast or lunchtime, midday snack.
And with the chocolate, so good.
If you made these at home, you could add dried cherries or blueberries. You could switch out if you wanted to have peanut butter and almond butter. Maybe you don't want chocolate chips, you could put cashews. So you could change up the flavors of any kind of trail mix or flavor profile that you're in the mood for.
I definitely recommend trying this at home. Now, Nicole, let's go chat a little bit more about what Nourish to Heal's up to.
Let's do it.
So Nicole, tell me a little bit more about all that Nourish to Heal does with their delivery services.
Well, we provide all of the cooking, and you don't have to create the mess, and you get to enjoy your meals at home. So everything's ordered online. We change our menus and update them weekly. And you place your order, we order our ingredients, we cook, we pack, and we deliver to your doorstep. So it's as fresh as possible. And all you have to do is heat it up to the temperature you want to enjoy it, and dinner's done.
That's amazing. So I can just go on your website, look at all of these different offerings, click a couple buttons, and have my meal set for the week.
And we don't have subscriptions or minimums. We feel like there are different customers that we really want to be accessible to. A lot of our customers are maybe seniors, and they're not looking for a ton of food, and we'd love to be able to just, if they can order one meal, they live locally, and it just works out well. And then other families are ordering a lot of food, for kids and family, and something for everyone. Yes. And we have some breakfast items and more things that would work well for lunch or dinner or snacks, so you can pick and choose.
That's a really incredible offering. And now, in terms of your radius that you deliver to, how far do you guys go?
Well, all of Hunterdon County, but we also serve Somerset and Warren County in New Jersey, and Long Valley, Chester, and now we go to New Hope, Pennsylvania.
That's a lot of miles.
It is. Fortunately, we have a service that helps us with our deliveries, so we plan out our routes, and our drivers take our meals to your doorstep.
Wow, this is just really neat and unique. It's not something you hear about in every town or that everybody has access to. What a bonus for this part of New Jersey. And now I know you have something really exciting happening in the next month too, some changes you're adding in here.
We do. We're going to be able to offer delivery every day, which is really cool. So you don't have to wait 2 days to get your deliveries. So if your order's placed by 4 o'clock on Monday, you'll enjoy your meals for dinner on Tuesday.
Wow. And now, Nicole, your background is so heavily in nutrition. Can you share a little bit more about how you went from maybe where you started out in your career to creating Nourish to Heal with your husband?
I'll give you the short story.
Okay.
I was a registered dietitian and practiced for many years. I had a practice on my own and met my husband, and we opened a restaurant together. And I worked a lot in food sensitivities and allergies. So creating a menu for a restaurant made sense. That was also something that worked for my clients. Excellent. And Nourish to Heal was born post-pandemic of something to serve a need for people looking to enjoy food at home that's healthy without all the labor, and we're able to help accommodate that.
That's great. And full disclosure, I was obsessed with their restaurant when it was here in Clinton. I loved it, being able to eat outside and just knowing you were getting this fresh, healthy food. So when you started Nourish to Heal, we were sad to see the restaurant go, but it now is this whole other level of reaching so many people and so many families and seniors, just everyone. That's really, really fantastic. Now, beyond this though, Nourish to Heal does events and workshops. Share a little bit about that.
We do a lot of catering.
Yes.
So we do off-site catering, but we also have on-premise catering as well. So a lot of baby showers and bridal showers and birthday celebrations and different events that we're able to provide food, just like we were the Clean Plate Kitchen. You get to see us in person again.
Yes.
So for us, it's fun because we get, small doses and we get to see people again and, get the feedback in person, and it's a lot of fun. We're also, we do private events and we do pop-up dinners from time to time in-house here in Clinton, New Jersey, and there's been quite a following of people looking forward to having them, and we'll bring them back in the fall.
Oh, good, good. Well, excellent. And again, that can all be found on the website for Nourish to Heal and in the notes for the show too. Nicole, thank you so much for being here and teaching me about the wonderful granola bars and just sharing about Nourish to Heal.
Well, I'm glad you came. It was fun. It's nice to see you and catch up.
Same. I wanted to take a minute to share a few exercises that are of particular benefit to runners. These exercises support balance and help build the muscles that support overall running. Now, just like everything on Healthy in the Garden State, this is for informational purposes only, may not be right for you given your own health background, and please check with a doctor before pursuing any new exercises. Let's start with a good old classic, the squat. The squat is a classic for a reason because it works so much. Your glutes, your legs, your core, and you can progress it by adding weights or variations, or simplify it by just using your body weight, which still works your body a plenty. So let's talk through a basic squat. Standing about shoulder width apart, toes ever so slightly turned out. I'm gonna sit down as though I'm sitting in a chair, thinking about my chest lifting and my back being long. On the way up, I'm gonna give a little contraction to that whole core area, abs, glutes, all of it to come back up. As I move through this, I'm not shoving my knees forward. I'm thinking about my hips going down and back. Now what I'm gonna add on today is a side leg lift. Up, and with control lowering down. So I'm not haphazardly throwing my leg out. I'm contracting those muscles. I'm lifting tall, and I like to feel like I'm creating my own resistance. So I'm pushing an imaginary heavy object to the side as I lift. Now, what is great about these side leg lifts is that it's working laterally. Now, running is primarily a sagittal plane movement. That means we're going forward or backwards. If we neglect the other planes of movement, then it leads to muscle imbalances and injury potential. So adding in some lateral movement helps build those muscles as well. Added bonus here is a little bit of single leg movement, so we have to balance. Next up is a plank. I'm gonna start on the ground, but you're also able to do this elevated on a bench or against a wall, whatever feels good for you. A plank is wonderful core exercise, and core strength is essential for runners. Well, humans in general, because practically everything we do uses our core to support us in some way. Okay, a plank. Now, let's do a quick plank checklist. It's gonna be quick, but that is the beauty of that pause button, and you can rewind and you can play me at half speed, whatever you need. All right, plank checklist. My hands are below my shoulders. My elbows are soft. I am lifting my chest and my belly button away from the floor. I'm thinking about a long line through the top of my head and all the way down through my heels. Nice long position. On top of all of that, I am breathing. Yes, that is very crucial here. Now, if you'd like to add on, I'm going to slide my left leg out, bring it back in, slide my right leg out, bring it back in, without rotating my torso. So in addition to some great upper body work that a plank provides, I'm also now adding in some of that lateral work that we just talked about. One more for you. This hones in on balancing and single leg work. It is gonna get some core activation going and some major work in the glutes and hamstrings. It's the single leg deadlift. So here's a breakdown. I'm going to start with my hips facing forward. I'm going to start to hinge at my hips while lifting my back leg. I'm going to go to right about here, parallel to the ground. It doesn't have to be this far though. And then I'm gonna contract my glutes as I rise back up. Now, as I move through this, I like to think about lifting in my chest. That helps me keep a long spine. And I lift that back heel up. Flexing the foot helps get a little extra activation in those muscles here. Now, if you tip over, it happens. We all do it. Just make sure that you can't fall into anything that can hurt you here. A couple things of what not to do in a single leg deadlift. We don't want to open up our hips and we don't want to go super fast, okay? Slow and control. Another thing we want to watch out for if you are super flexible is that we don't do a dancer pose and go way down there. At tops, you go to a point where you're parallel to the ground. And we alternate legs. You can do every other one, or you can do a few on each side before you switch. Now, if you want to make this harder still, you are welcome to hold a weight in the hand of the leg that goes back. Let me say that again, that was a mouthful. Weight in the hand of the leg that moves back. You're welcome to do that as well. Adding strength training in a couple times a week will really help you as a runner, or help any of us indeed. Now, there are so many great exercises out there, and I encourage you to consult with a professional to keep you running safe and strong. Until next time, I'm Kate Cherichello Tente, and this is Healthy in the Garden State. Be sure to click that subscribe button on YouTube so you don't miss any health-focused content. Resources from today's episode may be found at healthyinthegardenstate.com. Thanks for tuning in. A special thanks to our season sponsor, Hunterdon Health. Hey there, thanks so much for watching Healthy in the Garden State. If you enjoyed this episode, you will also love the Dose of Health mini-series that we have going on YouTube. Twice a month, we are profiling different health experts from across the Garden State to give you more information, more resources, and more health tips to live your healthiest life here in New Jersey. So twice a month, Dose of Health under the Healthy in the Garden State YouTube channel. Thanks again.